Will be Lavrov's first time on it this split. G2 have only played 8 games, so it's not like the largest sample size to pick from, but neither of these supports actually bringing out Rel before this series, and it will only be Lavrov bringing it out here, obviously, because we are in Fearless Draft. So, game, I feel it hasn't updated, or it's just very, very even as Skirmishes and Lavrov look for a fight in the mid lane. They're jumping onto Vladdy, who does flash away, but a good knockback by Skirmishes, who will get first blood to G2. No real
big team fights later where they can group up, use the AoE ultimates which they have to great effect.
Kalist going to Valkyrie away from the Shattering Strike. This is just distraction tactics, making sure Yike can get 2 of those grubs. Looking for the second, holding onto the smite for that third. The grub heals up, but they should get the smite. Hook lands onto Lavrov. Targum is forcing.
On the other side of the map, they often be a lot of your DPS.
Yike coming in. Lavrov with the Shattering Strike. Needs to dodge away from the Impale. Uses the heal for the movement speed, but is slowed up by Yike. Lavrov now on the wrong side of the Rift. The hook lands as well from Targum as Hansama trying to trade back in. Yike still holding on to that Impale as Hansama is able to survive. Keeper's verdict. No one guilty. Skirmishes lands the slam into the wall. Yike down to 200 HP and Hansama's given so much time just to... Skirmishes already has that dragon down to 2,000 HP. Should be an easy enough secure. No real contest there from KC.
Right to one side of the fight. KC must approach at the right time.
Keeper's verdict. Impale will stop. He gets knocked back! He's yielded to oblivion! And the question is now, can Skirmishes escape? He goes in, has to flash away. The shockwave lands onto 3. It's Skirmishes, Broken Blade, and Lavrov retreating out. KC will take the herald. Kana's looking for lives. Lavrov has to flash away. He's burning. Should have the movement speed to get out of this one. Kana pops the flame splitter again, but he doesn't have a scrap shield in time, and the remount from Lavrov will be enough to... Yep, she was definitely behind them, and KC from that will not only take the they'll take a Drake. They'll look for Targamas first. Vladdy now realizes he has to flash away. Magnus coming out. There's the TP as well. Death Charge used onto Caps. Keeper's verdict gets the knockback, and Targamas will sacrifice himself for his mid laner. Good job by the support to mean that he could survive for a little bit longer, but the charge comes in from G2. A good shockwave from Vladdy will catch onto 2. The dive continues as now Caps is the one tanking the tower. Impale goes wide. Broken Blade will dismount onto Skull. The aggro switches over to Skirmishes. The equalizer comes down. Broken Blade's going to flash away as he looks to dash out of Yike's clutches. But the pincers collapse. And Broken Blade goes...
Every support's plied their tray on this one. Got the summoner out of him, and despite Targa and Yike being there, Poppy ult this time actually gets the disengage value they want, allows them to get the isolated kill. This is the point where they go a little...
to approach this. Skirmishes going to start to walk in, but that is already gone. Depth charge onto the enemy jungler. Atakan secured for KC. They sneak it away. Great setup overall.
Yeah, KC just group up, take it down, and G2 don't have a great answer. They do take the bot turret, and they push in a little bit towards mid as well, so they get some tower damage for the objective trade. Any other kind of fights coming through? We're all sticking around on top side.
Lavrov looking for Vladdy. Kalist goes in with the Valkyrie. Exhaust goes down, but Kalist just one-shots him. Caps diving in. The chains will find their man. Slam into the wall from Skirmishes as well. So we see Targamas fall alongside his bot side brethren. Hansama having to flash away from Kana, who's overheated. But it doesn't matter. His autos will do all the work. Broken Blade finds a cowardly Skull to remount, but Skull immediately runs away as KC find 3 in the play.
G2 try and punish KC after the Atakan, but KC are ready. G2 don't get the clean play, and now suddenly Herald into mid lane. There's going to be a double charge potentially coming through from that. KC get a huge advantage. You have crossed that Atakan and then the play afterwards too. We're just saying, you know, the Pels were even. It's gone from 24 from 7 after that point. Even a charge into the bot lane. So
as he'll be able to take this top lane tier 1.
G2 will get themselves...
It's been started here by G2. KC TPing in as they look for the fight. Broken Blade around the wings here. Yike going in for it. Equalizer down. Lavrov's going to jump away from it. The slow onto Caps, though, not enough. He's going to distort away. Hansama hooked up, though, as KC find another. Caps, chains don't connect. The exhaust down. Yike's going to chase him. Skirmishes jumps onto Kalist, but is all on his lonesome because BB has gone home. Skirmishes, with the steadfast presence movement speed, should be able to get out of here. Vladdy and Kana trying to cut him off at the pass.
Oh, they're teleporting.
TP comes out from Vladdy. I mean, you might just give a free ticket away for Skirmishes here. He can dash onto you and then flash over the shockwave if it comes out. Vladdy does get the slow with the dissonance, and that will be enough to spell the end of the Poppy. Same on this Corki. Even if he's dying early on, LeBron has a big flank here, but KC are wise to it. Magnustorm coming in. There's the Killer Instinct as well as they dive onto Kalist, who flashes away, but now Summer just dives to the tower. Skewmon impaled and cooked underneath the turret. Broken Blade now charging away. Cowards, you cry! As Scarlet runs away himself. Equalizer down. Ishtel's impact from Yike. It's gonna be 3 for KC as G2.
And they have been rewarded for it. It's going to be a full team of Baron Burst for them and an easy slide in towards the next objectives and a dominant game.
5.5K. Is it burnt? Is the meat skewer just raw for them?
No, this is like the overcooked level when you have to throw things between the two bits of the balloon.
Yes.
This is maybe a little bit of a... I suppose could look towards some kind of freak steal, look towards Soul later, but KC aren't going to easily give that to them.
Caps looking for a flank here. But last moment, Caps still looking for that flank again, but Targamas here, putting the control wards down is another tier 2. And Skewmon with the steadfast presence was looking to block that dredge and ride the momentum high as Targamas is chasing onto Broken Blade here. Charge away, but Targamas flashes in front of it. Depth charge coming out as well. The Keeper's Verdict being channeled by Skewmon. He'll yeet the Scorpion to Timbuktu, and Targamas dies for it. Kalist almost takes down Skewmon, but can't quite get the final shot. Broken Blade, though, will not manage to escape. In the end, Targamas takes it. And KC get another on the board in a 1-for-1 exchange.
1-for-1, but KC have the wave and they can keep pushing forwards. And yeah, he was yeeted out, but he's still back, flashing forwards.
Yeah, Impale going wide there as Hans Summer flashes away himself. KC know that Caps is not here. The TP being invested by Vladdy to make sure that he stops. It's a terminus for Hans Summer, but maybe end of the road for G2, at least in this game. LeBron caught out a little bit by Targamas. Caps jumping onto Kalist will land the chains, but doesn't get much more. And you can see an order with that Trinity Force enough to take Caps down to about 500 HP. The dive in with the Killing Instinct onto Vladdy, but he's so tanky. Broken Blade now left on his lonesome, has to flash the wall, but Carter will not let him escape. Burns him up in the jungle. And now Skewmon needs to look for a miracle steal on this Baron. Broken Blade 50 seconds away from respawning. Vladdy's going to try and keep Skewmon at bay. Targamas going to join that foray.
They still have Shockwave. After everything's been used, they can still just ward them off.
Yeah, it's just gone. There's the hook going out. Skewmon dives onto Vladdy. Equalizer as well. Vladdy falling so low. He will die in the end. To Skewmon's damage, he'll flash away. The Baron his cooldown for his charge and no TP. He's going to have to leave that super minion in the base, hitting those Nexus towers. Yike going forward. Caps looking for Kana. Flashes away, but the stopwatch will stop the chains. Magnustorm onto 3 here. Impale just short of Hans Summer, but LeBron's the first one to go pop, and Broken Blade still not in the fight. The Dragon, the next target for G2, is Skewmon, and Hans Summer try to burst it down before KC can react. Skewmon with the charge back onto Yike. The Baron secured by Yike. He wins the fight, and now KC continue to advance. Broken Blade jousting forward. Hans Summer low. Skewmon the same. Caps dashes in, but just lands the chains onto Targamas. Broken Blade, Scarlet has left him, and so will the last beat of his heart. Broken Blade down. KC pushing forward. Equalizer just clips Hans Summer. The redemption coming out as well just to heal him up, but a TP behind. Can Skewmon defend Hans Summer here? Targamas, depth charge. Skewmon needs to stand in the way, but he doesn't get there in time. The Killer Instinct, an instinct only for the grave. Caps tries to get another chains, but it's only onto Yike. It doesn't even get through his shield. KC just marching through the base at this point. Skewmon slammed into his own Nexus, and G2 are left rattled.
KC, a real reality check for G2. A roar of life from the blue wall. What a dominant game one.
Caps trying to do everything he can to find anything out of this game, but he'll lose his life at the end of it. The blue wall stands tall as KC go 1-0 up.